was really happy to see you back on Friday. I kind of thought you were on hiatus at the very least for the next couple weeks or months maybe. I was really glad to see you back. Annie, you mentioned in your video that it is kind of getting to crunch time for university students. We have a lot of final projects due, a lot of exams coming up, and it's kind of a big deal. I've really been feeling the crunch. I don't so much have technical final exams as much as most people do. Yeah, I have a lot of things going on like that where it's like getting graded on a performance or on a dance routine or a monologue or a thing like that. I have a lot of final projects coming up that involve written work actually, which a lot of people are surprised by. My acting projects have like tons of written homework behind them. I've been freaking out a little bit about that and kind of just procrastinating because of it. I've been trying to find ways to combat that because I find that's a really bad place to find yourself. It's really negative and it really drags you down and it makes working really hard. So hopefully, without sounding too trite, I have 3 of my best personal tips for making the most of your schooling at this time of year. Number 1, take yourself for a walk. My head's getting too gummed up and I'm getting restless and antsy, and I usually find myself sitting in one place. Like literally, you can see all my homework on my bed. I did not leave my bed basically all day. And I think what really would have been helpful if I just got up, plugged my headphones in, and went for a walk around. Especially, it's really brisk and cold. It is cold as fuck out right now, let's be honest. But sometimes that helps get the blood flowing and makes you think a little better. And it gives you a change of scenery, so when you come back, you're not like, all right. Number 2. I find this helps me if I'm having a hard time pushing through anything. And don't laugh. But I always ask myself, what would so-and-so do? Generally, I try and make it a person I admire or a person I aspire to be like. I sit down and I'll be like, okay, Shani, you're not really feeling good about this story right now, but J.K. Rowling didn't finish Harry Potter by fucking off and reblogging 1,000 different gift sets on Tumblr. Whenever I'm in movement class, if I'm really, really not feeling the end of like the last set of Pilates or whatever push-ups or sit-ups or ab exercises we're doing, I sit there and go, would Jensen Ackles stop? And the answer is no. In my mind, so I don't stop either. And I find that just helps me push myself through and keep my determination until I've hit, like, that next level. The last thing I always do is I just take some time to remember why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm really lucky, and I know that. The things I'm learning in school are really interesting, really practical, and it's just, like, the next step up is working with all the things I'm learning. So I'm gathering tools for myself, but sometimes it's hard to remember that that's what you're doing when it just feels like another deadline. I talked to Megan earlier today, and she just said, so tell me what's new. What are you doing at school? And I kind of got to just, like, open up and talk about what I was doing. And I looked at the bigger picture because that's pretty much my life tips for trying to avoid procrastination, although I'm not very good at it. I was going to do this with, like, charts and, like, nice little title cards for every different tip I had, but then I remembered that I don't know how to flip things on the computer, so all my writing is backwards. So I drew this instead. Yes, I am an artist. Thank you. This is Herb. And this is Derek. Derek's a bit of an asshole. Herb's just a nice guy. Herb actually has the best spots on his home planet. He's a supermodel there.